Thank you, Drew.
That's right. Well, former IU and pro basketball player Alan Henderson is in the house, and he's trying to score points in other ways these days. He's taking the space in the whiskey business.
Where I love. Alan Henderson's bold shot with Henderson Whiskey is creating meticulously designed bottles with unique taste that provides mellow flavors and smooth finishes. Here to talk about it more is Alan himself. Welcome. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks a lot. Happy to be here. Appreciate you having me.
I'm glad to have you here, too. You got a lot. You bootlegged a little bit, right?
Well, we're all legal. We're all legal now.
All legal, but there's a story behind it. So I want you to tell me about the background and the story as you started your company.
Sure. So Henderson Spirits Group, we launched in spring of 2020. And what we do is we make award-winning spirits based on African Americans and spirits history. So we try to tell those cool stories that are a little bit unknown and bring them out to people so they can enjoy them with our just great spirits to enjoy.
One of the things I love about that, and I've been so fortunate to kind of learn more about this over the last few years, behind a lot of whiskeys that we know are a lot of black whiskey creators, right? And so when these stories start to come out, those stories are being told, which needs to happen because they've been hidden for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. So my company's mission is to diversify the bar. We started here in Indiana, it was our first state. We just went into Michigan, which is our 10th state. So we're trying to eventually hit all the states, and we're growing and really happy about it. But we're telling those stories. Like our Birdie Brown brand is based on an African American lady. She homesteaded out of Montana in the early 1900s, grew her own grains, distilled her own liquor, and was serving it out of her own parlor during Prohibition. So it's,
love that.
It's those kind of stories that just amazing stories like that we want to tell. Yeah, it's perfect for Women's History Month. And then our Tom Bullock's brand is based on Tom Bullock, who's the first African American to get a cocktail book published back in 1917. It's called The Ideal Bartender. Actually, it's in the public domain and available today. But we made a burnt orange bourbon and an Old Tom gin with sweet lime in that brand. So yeah, those are the stories we're telling.
Okay, Alan, I love talking to you, but I also love drinking.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So, do we have anything that we can make and pour out here?
We do. I'm just gonna make up something. Something very simple. Normally I would have a big ice box or ice beer for you, but we'll just do it on regular ice here today. It's our burnt orange old fashioned. The recipe actually is on the back of the bottle.
Well, that
so we do that. It's easy. It's easy. It's an easy one. It's very enjoyable. Actually, we're on the at Sun King. They serve part of their old fashioned there. So
nice.
Yeah, so we've done a good job with that. But so yeah, it's just our burnt orange old fashioned. Some. A little bit of simple syrup, our bitters, and you kind of mix it together. Maybe some people like to put a teaspoon or two of some water in it, mix it up over ice, and it comes out very nice. And oh yeah, it's very nice. And so I made that for you. Let me get these garnishes over here.
Please do. Here's something I do typically when I'm drinking any sort of bourbon. I like to talk a little sports.
Okay.
So when we got to do it, Alan Henderson's here. Your thoughts?
Can they see these or?
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, they look so beautiful.
Not bad. You know, working on my mixology game.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your thoughts on Indiana basketball currently? Obviously, things are a little different than when you were there.
Yeah, a little different. You know, I'm really encouraged by these last few games. They've had a challenging season, had some injuries to deal with, but I really enjoy watching them play, especially these last few games. They've got a nice streak going, and one thing I really like is when I watch the bench, I see how they're rooting for each other. It's just that good. It's that good feeling. You know, some years are going to be tougher than others, and hopefully they can finish this year on a good note. But I'm gonna remain an IU fan. You know, nobody can tell me anything bad about IU. So yeah, I'm still pulling for them.
Listen, nobody can tell you anything bad about this whiskey either.
Oh, thank you,
Alan. The first thing I noticed was the smell. It smells very good, almost fruity, fragrant. I love that smell to it. I haven't tasted it yet.
Yeah,
because I don't want to grow chest hairs. Is it
okay? You're gonna really enjoy it. It's we like to say it's the world's first burnt orange bourbon, and it's based on a recipe in Tom's book, where he roasted some oranges overnight and marinated them in the whiskey. It was a real long process. We try to kind of make that shorter for people to enjoy at home. So that's what we've been doing.
Here's what needs to happen, Alan. We're going to get you back here again so that we can try all of these.
Okay.
One thing I do want to point out before we leave about Birdie Brown, this is a rendition of her, modern version of her. I love the apparel as well.
Thank you.
Many things happening, a lot of different characters.
Absolutely.
I want to get into some more of those stories.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. I'll be glad to come back. You know, we're available around the city, and you can find us in Total Wines and Big Reds and
And I'm going to. I promise you.
That's right. To find out how you can take a sip of Henderson's whiskey, head over to allindiana.tv. Alan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am going to finish this.
Okay. I just want to make sure. We'll be back.
All right.
Wish TV Storm Track 8.